Yeah, you don't know it's a girl Sasik representing for Entertainment Trail. I want to just tune into the one here, because the one here,
Welcome to another episode of the Entertainment Trail. And yes, we're about to do an exclusive. You know that Entertainment Trail, we always do it exclusive. So we present to you Nkulee Dube, straight from Johannesburg, South Africa, to on the airways in Kingston, Jamaica. Entertainment Trail present to you the daughter of the legendary Lucky Dube. Yes, you hear right, Lucky Dube, first on Jamaican radio. Her name is Nkulee Dube. And now I turn over to you, Kasika Dunkley, interviewing legendary daughter of Lucky Dube, Nkulee Dube, straight from Johannesburg, South Africa, right here on the Entertainment Trail. Yeah.
Okay, so today we catch up with the daughter of a legend here on the Entertainment Trail, and this woman is just amazing. I've seen some of her videos, some of her performances live, as well as how she's crafted her lyrics, how she graces the stage, how she performs, and boy, I tell you, amazing. If her father was still alive, the late great Lucky Dube was still alive, then I'm sure he would be very proud. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that name because he has lifted the level of thinking and raised the bar with black consciousness through his music. And we share with his daughter today, right here, right now, on the Entertainment Trail, some conversation. How are you doing today, Nkulee?
I'm okay. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. It is our
greetings, everybody.
It is our pleasure. And for the people who are not so familiar with your name, Nkulee Dube, tell us a bit about yourself. We know that you perform and record reggae music, right? So tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, Nkulee Dube is a township-raised child who was a dancer before I sang. And yeah, I've never performed with my dad. What else do I do? I love writing music. I love performing. Yeah, that's just me. I'm all about art. I'm just a craft on myself, by myself. So yeah, that's Nkulee Dube, besides being the daughter.
Amazing. But you mentioned something very important there. You said you've never performed with your father. So where did the inspiration come from for doing music and for writing, for recording, if you weren't, a part of the...
I mean... the being inspired by him, it was different. It was different because he didn't actually he didn't want us to sing. Let me just put it like that. He didn't, especially the girls, and it happened to be us, me and my sister, who want to sing. The boys are not interested at all. So he never wanted the girls to go on the road, because he's always saying the time on the road is very tough. It's not built for women, he always had that protective daddy type of thing. Yeah. So he always also say when you want to come to his shows and watch him perform on stage, and then people would expect you or him to give you the mic, the whole, have the drama there with your daddy on stage. No, never happened with my dad, no. Because when he went to work, he would tell you that I'm going to work. This is my hustle. So you find your own hustle. Doctors don't take their daughters to work and give them scalpel and tell them to operate on somebody because your daddy is, a doctor. So obviously, automatically, by inheritance, you are also a doctor. You have to work hard for it. You can't just have it because I have it. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't ever see him live or, you know, or anywhere, basically.
That's such an amazing sentiment, and I'm sure that does a lot for your character and how it's built you and shaped you and caused you to really find yourself and really realize that this is what you want to do, right? Because he's separating his work. But regarding his music, I know he didn't start out doing reggae, and he mentioned that in previous interviews that he's drawn on inspiration from Jimmy Cliff and Peter Tosh. Who do you look to for inspiration when drawing on the genre of reggae music?
Who do I look for inspiration? Mostly, I am obviously inspired by my dad. Every time maybe I get stuck, maybe whether it be in lyrics or trying to put together a song musically, you know, I always go back and listen to his old records, you know, and find my inspiration there. And then some of the things that inspire me, things that happen around us, you know, we live in Africa, we have a bookload of inspiration. We have a lot of history, we have a lot of cultures that we can explore and talk about. We have a lot of issues that we can address. So basically, just being an African, I guess I am blessed. So I'm blessed with a book of everything that I can write about, and also what's happening in the world. That's what my inspiration comes from, basically.
Amazing. One of the questions I have always wanted to ask you is, what is it exactly that, if you could find just a word to express what you're trying to communicate with your music, to us with your music, what would it be?
Basically my message, the message that I would try to relay to the people throughout my music or throughout my dancing career or anything that I've done that has anything to do with art. Because with art you can open doors, you can sign for things, it's a pen, you can create something. So when it comes to those type of things, the message would always be respect. Respecting your elders, especially for us, the youth. One thing that I've seen around with my peers, some of them don't actually get where their moms are coming from. And our moms don't get where we are coming from. So they know the road, they've lived it. They've been 21 before. You're only 21 now. So find out from a person who has been 21 before and let you know what happened, this is what's going on. But then we've lost that respect between us and the parent. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to relay in my music as a young person, that, you know, we are lost souls, or in that form of quotes and unquotes, not really like lost souls, but we are lost in the sense that our parents don't have a handle on us anymore. And that basically we're just living without roots. So basically that's the message that I'm trying to portray back to the youth, that let's go back to our moms and our nanas, you know, our grandmothers. They know the road, they've lived it longer than us. Yeah. So that's the message I'm trying to portray.
So rely on the wisdom of our elders and our foreparents, right? Such a powerful, powerful message. I have to ask you,
thank you,
Nkulee, if not music, if you were not doing music, what would you be doing?
Advertising or graphic design. So I'm saying that because of the degrees that I have. So I guess I would fall back on that, you know. I mean, I like anything where I have to create something from nothing. So advertising, you know, do ads, you know, funny things on TV, or, you know, create something from nothing. So I think I'll be good on those fields.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've worked as a graphic designer before, 2 years, and then I quit. You know, it was fun, but yeah, office life is too contained for me.
And music allows you somewhat a lot of freedom.
Yeah, definitely. Whether spiritually and everything, mentally and physically, you're touring, you're doing everything. You know, it's just not for me, I guess. So hopefully this I'll do for the rest of my life, or get into advertising, because I love advertising as well. So yeah, I'll definitely get into that, even if I'm still in music.
Yes, I believe you can do both. But one of the other questions that I've been meaning to ask is, we hear about women facing gender bias in all spheres and in all spheres of life and in all careers. What has your experience been like in the music industry as it relates to gender biases?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it has been difficult. There are those who are still lost in, I don't know, their ways, because I can't say still stuck in their ways, because if you can't be stuck, I mean, you lost in that space, just stood there for you, it didn't move. I've had a couple of experiences when I get off stage. For me, I felt it's even more worse because of my dad's legacy. So automatically people expect it to be a son who takes the legacy, not me and my sister or anything like that. So there will be that bit of disrespect coming your way after you get off stage. People are giving you they're giving you props. Oh, nice show, that was a great show. And then somebody will come and say, yeah, you did pretty good for a girl. I'm like, what? For a girl? Oh, that is so wrong, you know? And then people don't understand, maybe you're doing a festival, you're performing in a big festival, and maybe you're just one of 3 females out of 40 somewhat artists. And then they don't understand how we as women got into that festival. They don't get it because, you are women. So you must be dating somebody. You must be doing something. You know what I mean? They don't believe in your, credentials. So if there's just 3 females out of 46 different artists of males, then something is up with those 3 girls. They must be dating somebody. They must be. So yeah, you get that respect, but then you just have to get on stage and show them who you are, and then get off stage and leave them with their mouths open and saying, yeah, that's all you can do, because it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. The gender bias is always going to be there. So yeah.
And I believe you're breaking down those barriers and breaking the glass ceiling by just doing what you do, because listeners, you need to look her up, Nkulee Dube. Her name is spelled, and you can spell your name. Could you spell your name for our listeners, please? So that they can look you up on YouTube.
Yes, it's Yes. Okay. Nkulee, like NKU Lee, like Jet Lee. That's Nkulee with an NKU. So yeah, Dube. Nkulee, Dube. Nkulee Dube. My name means freedom, by the way.
I was gonna
ask. Yeah.
Amazing. I know your father, his mother had named him saying that he was lucky because she had planned on having children after she realized it took some time to get a child. So that's why he got the name.
So that's how we're named, yeah.
And I love names with meaning. I wish I knew what my name meant, but I admire.
Look it up. Maybe it's there.
I tried looking up my name. I found an astrologer who was trying to read my palm or something. So I stopped. But
that's the information you get from your elder, though. You see, that's where the link comes in.
Well,
you go back and find out what was happening when I was born.
Well,
why am I called this name?
Well, I will be doing that. I will be taking your advice. But I am so fascinated by you, Nkulee, because it is not just about music. It's not just about going on stage and performing. There is a business side of this. There is rehearsing. There is ensuring that you are due, the royalties that are due to you are taken care of, and all of this jazz. How do you keep a balanced life, and how do you deal with the business of your music and keep the balance between the art and the business side of music?
It's, for me, I guess it's been a bit easier because I started very young in the industry as a dancer, so we've always had that creative robbery, that's what they call it here. because all that, people taking your creative, anything that you write or that you dance or create as a choreographer. So I had a team of people that, we all push that, have to fight for our royalties, and not sign as an artist, and then you only given 7% of your 100% work, which doesn't make business sense. So then surrounding yourself with people that know. One thing I have to give as advice when it comes to that topic is always be the one that asks questions. Always be the one that doesn't understand. Like, make them find answers. Make you understand. If you have to let them talk to you in like ABC English, then do that. Be the idiot for that moment, because that's one of the things that a lot of artists may lose. They just leave it to someone and say, no, you take care of it. And then that person's, okay, you have like $100 coming in, but then you're only getting 5. Because that's what he says. He's the one who knows that 100 came in. You don't know because you don't check. So always be the one who's curious. Always find out what this one is for. What is this word? Google the word or find a team of people. If you can't afford a team, then just find friends. I mean, we are a generation who is blessed with education. So there are people who are your age who are maybe studying law, who are doing something that needs to find out what this word is. So be curious. Be like a very stupid person who always asking, what is this, what is that? So yeah, I think that's one thing that keeps a lot of these people on their toes, if you ask too much questions.
Amazing. I love that advice, because I believe when it comes to the music business that history is repeating itself too much, and we find that too many people are being cheated out of their work and out of their intellectual property. So that's very good advice there. And you mentioned something very important. You said have a team of persons, even if it's friends. But you also mentioned that you must be curious and you must always ensure that you know what's happening around you and ask the questions. Be the one to ask the questions.
Exactly.
Amazing. And I have to also ask you, what is the greatest lesson that you have learned from your father? What's the greatest lesson you've taken from him?
The greatest lesson, I would say, my dad made you basically work hard. Like, as I would say, prayer is not a substitute for hard work. Like, he didn't understand if you're lazy. If you want something, then he would say, go get it. That doesn't mean like, go take it. No, there's a difference between taking it and getting it. Getting it requires hard work, but taking it just basically standing up and going and taking it from somebody. So yeah, basically like, prayer is not a substitute for hard work. You pray, but then you also push the prayer with your hard work, so that when God gives it to you, you are ready and you are trained and your muscles are working. Everything that needs to be done for that dream that you wanted from God when He's handing it to you, are you ready for it? So prayer is not just a way that's going to make your dreams come true. When they do come true, you better be ready for it. So yeah, prayer is not a substitute for hard work.
Amazing. That's a great lesson.
That's
there.
what I learned.
With regards to the music business, before going into getting into music, you mentioned you were in dancing. You were doing dancing. What was what's the misconception you found you had before coming into this business?
The misconception I had from the outside is that everybody who's famous is rich.
That's a problem.
I think that's the biggest misconception I have. Because when I come there, I'm like, I thought you were rich. Like, from outside, it's like, oh, glitz and glam. Everybody looks at it from outside. It's so shiny. Mm-hmm. But then from inside, no, it's just hard work and people who are losing themselves or about to lose themselves or just finding themselves. So it's chaos, basically.
And I also am curious as it relates to what has been your best moment since you started your musical journey?
The best moment thus far, I would say, was a time when I performed in Germany at the Africa Festival. And people, first time, like, I think my album was out like a month or so. And then I arrived there, I was terrified, first time performing in a big stage, in an actual festival as an individual artist, as myself. So it was one of my most terrifying first shows ever as Nkulee Dube, the performing girl. And then people already knew my song, and I got so very emotional. So that was one of my highlights in performing there at Africa Festival. And yeah, I think that was the highlight of everything that I've done thus far. The first performance as Nkulee.
Amazing. And also, Nkulee, if you could collaborate with any artist of your choice, any artist on the globe, who would be some of the artists you'd like to do collaborations with?
Well, right now I'm stalking a few. I'm talking to a few.
Good sense of humor.
I would love to work with, Sizzla, the King, Mr. Kettleton. I'm obsessed with Queen Africa, Etana. And from Africa, I would love to do a song with Thandi Somazwai. She's our queen in African sound. And so, I would definitely, those are the people that I would love to work with. Oh, and Turbulence. Warrior King.
I'm a fan of most of the artists you've mentioned. And I believe
I'm obsessed with them. I'm stalking with you.
Those collaborations will happen. Trust me, they will. It's just a matter of time before they become manifested. Because your message
I hope you're listening. You see, I stalked you all the way to Jamaica.
I realize it will happen, and I'm sure someone is listening who will allow the connection to happen. If people Nkulee want to link with you or your management, how do they contact you?
You can send us an email, Nkulee Dube on tour @gmail.com. And then you can find me on Facebook. We can chat. We can do a voice chat, video chat. Not a voice chat, a video chat on Facebook @Nkulee Dube 24/7.
Okay, amazing.
And it also goes on Twitter and Instagram. Nkulee Dube 24/7. You can find me there.
I'm sure our listeners will be checking you out. And as for the collaboration, it will be happening. We're speaking things into being here on the entertainment trail. This is where things happen.
Oh wow. That would be awesome.
It will be happening, man. And I'm sure you'll be telling us more about it on our next interview. I also have to ask, Nkulee, is this your first interview as it relates to a Jamaican radio station?
Yeah, it's my first interview, right? Yeah, it is. Definitely my first interview. Yeah.
We're happy to be your first. Entertainment Trail is happy to be your first, Nkulee. We want to, at this time, thank you for agreeing to do this interview with us here on the Entertainment Trail. Any final words?
You.
Any final words you want to share with some of our listeners who were just like you, who wanted to do music, didn't know where to start, and it doesn't even have to be music. It can be some performing arts. It could be a dancer. They just want to start. They just want just a word of inspiration.
What I can say is the best thing you can have is information. Find out everything you need to know about what you want to be or what you want to do, and then work hard at it. And then don't do it because someone else is doing it, wants you to do it, or you're doing it to impress somebody. It has to be the center of yourself, has to your essence has to say it. And then if you can't breathe without it, then that's your part. But then find out everything you have to know about what you want to do. Research always helps also calm down the nerves and everything. That's what I can say. Work hard, push. It's there. If it's yours, go get it.
There you have it from our ethno reggae queen, Nkulee Dube. this was the Entertainment Trail. We thank you for passing through.
Thank you so much. Thank you.